Jason, you may not come away from this weekend with a podium, but you do come away breaking a record, the first ever driver to get points in the Subaru, so that's a good thing.
Do you know what? We've had a fantastic weekend. You know, we've learned a lot about the car. This was the test for us. You know, we're not ultra competitive at the moment, but at least we've got a direction. We know what's costing us lap time, and also we've done enough different settings today on Colin's car, my car, you know, Warren's, James's. We've changed enough things and gone off in different directions purely to gather data. We've got tons of it. And we know there's some things we've tried we know don't work. That's great, because they can go in the bin. That concept can go in the bin. We've got a couple of areas with me and Colin where we've gone totally different, and yet we've had the same response on the soft tyre, which tells us that tyre gives us something. But in race 3 compared with my race 2, when we were both on the soft, we had slightly different characteristics, and that's because of the setup. So all that stuff's all detail, but it's key for us to analyse it, get to Donington with a much more competitive car. We've got some straight line performance we need to find. We know what it is, and we need to make some changes. But there's components designed. Whether or not we'll be allowed to run them, we'll have to wait and see. You know, Honda don't have a standard induction system off a road car, which you're meant to have. But if you can prove it doesn't work, the road car standard part doesn't work or is unreliable, then you can change it. Ours doesn't work. It's a road car part, not made for racing. Very much like the Honda. So we've got something in design. We'd like to, you know, to run that as soon as we can, but we need approval. So that's where we are. So yeah, good weekend, very pleased. My pace in race 2 was, I had second fastest race lap, and the last 4 laps I was the quickest bloke on the track, so actually really mega chuffed.
Now you mentioned the last 4 laps in race 2. You had to really use your driver's skill to make sure that you actually survived those laps with the oil that was dropped down back.
Yeah, I mean, we all got a shock when we arrived on it for the first time, and then, you know, I called it in on the radio and said, look, oil at Graham Hill, and then was asking Carlos if he could keep an eye on them. Wanted to see where cars were and where they had moments, so he could just tell me whereabouts the oil was. And, you know, and I got that information, so I was able next time round to miss it, and Colin wasn't. Colin ironically hit his own oil because he dropped it. But yeah, I mean, I'm very pleased. You know, it's good to get some points on the board, but more importantly, it's really good that we've found a direction with the car. We know where our lap time deficit's coming from. And most of it is in the straights, and that's the easy thing to fix if we're allowed to do it.
And finally, looking forwards towards Donington Park, had a good successful weekend here. Donington Park now more straight line speed, which is something which you need to work on. So what's the plan for that now you've had the test days under your belt?
I think we're going to struggle at Donington because of our straight line speed deficit. I mean, at the start line here we're something like 5 miles an hour off, sometimes more. You know, we know, because we can overlay our data from last year in the Volkswagen to in the Subaru, our beacon's in the same place, so we know it's accurate. And we're losing, you know, 3 to 4 tenths just in the straight line, just on that one bit compared with last year. And of course, the Toka engine is faster now this year than it was last year, so it's fair to say we're losing even more. We're going to struggle at Donington. I think it'll be tough to get in the top 15 in qualifying, just because it's so much of it is on full throttle there. But you know, we just got to keep working ahead and see what we can do. But we leave here very happy. You know, more than emotional actually about how good the team's worked. You know, this is the birth of a works Subaru touring car team, and the boys have put a most amazing amount of effort in. Yeah, almost marriage-breaking effort. You know, they've never been home, and we must thank them enormously. We've had good reliability today. Everybody's knackered. We're not going to get. They're going to have a little hot break, but not much. Probably an hour. We might let them come in instead of coming in at 7 in the morning. We might let them lie until 8. But you know they're up for it. They want to work hard, and we've got a brilliant team atmosphere here. And you know it'll not be long. You know the birth of the baby's happened. You know the baby's born. It's going to be kicking and fighting soon.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Jason. Very good luck for Donington.
You're welcome.